Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 30 for the event Professional Prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who is running the business of lorry transports, especially with the containers carrying fuels to various places within country. He started his business in 1997, and we are going to study how the destiny is supportive or signifying this type of profession, and also during which period he started, and that dasa and the next dasa. He started in Venus Mahadasa, then Sun dasa. I mean, there was no issue. It was going smoothly with some obstacles, but it is comparatively better when compared to the next dasa, that is Moon dasa. So we are going to compare how that Venus and Sun are better than that Moon, or why Moon has got some comparatively, it has got some weakness over the previous dasas. And also within that Moon dasa, he expanded the business, and I mean, based on that, also his financial issues started coming, and especially in one particular book called Saturn book. So why that Saturn Buddhi was having the issue, giving the issue to the native under the moon dasa. So we are going to study the key planets which are all influencing the dasa periods and Buddhi periods, signifying the troubles to to the lagna on the business and also on the financial part. So now let us examine this birth chart with the help of the EPS tables in this video. Example 30, transport container lorries. Now let us examine the birth chart. This is the birth chart of that male native born on 27th July 1977, 1:55 p.m. in Tamil Nadu. Before proceeding further to study on the self-significations, let us have a general discussion on the birth chart. And let me open the North Indian chart for the North Indian chart followers. Now let us check the general discussion. The native is born with Scorpio Lagna, and the 10th cusp is falling in the Leo sign at 4 degree 25 minutes 16 seconds. Now you can see that Lagna Lord Mars is posted in the 7th house, conjoined with the 7th Lord and aspecting the Lagna, and also 9th Lord posted in the sign of Scorpio in the first house. So Lagna is occupied by 9th Lord, that is good. And Lagna Lord posted in the 7th house, supportive for business, and also we can see it is conjoined with the Venus aspecting to the Lagna. And that Mars is also aspecting to the 10th house, and 8th Lord, 11th Lord, Mercury posted in the 10th house. So Lagna Lord is posted in the sign of Venus, conjoined with Venus is good. And that 10th Lord is Sun posted in the sign of Moon. 10th Lord Sun is posted in the sign of Moon in the 9th house. So 10th Lord in the 9th house and in the sign of Moon, watery sign, and conjoined with the Saturn. Saturn is 3rd Lord and 4th Lord. So 10th Lord posted in the 9th house in the watery sign, in the moon sign, and conjoined with the Saturn, and it is in the 9th house, and that Saturn is 3rd Lord and 4th Lord. 10th house is occupied by the business planet Mercury, 8th Lord and 11th Lord. That is being aspected by the Lagna Lord Mars from the sign of Venus, conjoined with the Venus. So these significations are supportive because 10th Lord is Sun is in the watery sign. Sun is in the water sign in the ninth house. So for the transport business, third house and ninth house, then seventh house, 10, 11 houses are all favorable for the transport business. And when that it is connected to the watery signs, I mean, moon is connected. That is moon sign means that is Cancer sign. 10th Lord posted in the Cancer sign, in the sign of water, and conjoined with the Saturn. Saturn is the planet for oils and all, chemicals, oils, and fuels, because moon and Saturn combination is talking about the fuels also and oils also. And that third lord and fourth lord. So these grouping are supportive for the type of profession, and also that eighth lord and 11th lord Mercury is occupying 10th house. Occupant of the 10th house is 11th lord and 8th lord. That to Mercury, it is good. 8th lord is got some weakness, but 11th lord is fine, and aspected by the Mars, Lagna lord and 6th lord. So that way, this is supportive for the type of profession. Sun star lord is Ketu. Ketu is occupying fifth house. Ketu is occupying fifth house, representing Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury, in the Gemini sign, in the seventh house, conjoined with the third cusp, and also Venus also is conjoined, though it is in the different signs, 29 degrees 14 and 1 degree 59. So Venus and Jupiter also conjoin, and Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury. That Mercury is in the 10th house. So Jupiter is posted in the Aries sign, in the sign of Mercury. That Mercury is posted in the 10th house. This is fine only, but 5th house and 8th house grouping is indicating some weakness. So the 5 and 8 combination is coming. If it is going to get connected to the 9th house and 12th house, that can give some trouble and struggles also, because this grouping is not good for the Lagna's progress, but it is good for the others' progress, other people's or clients or somebody else. So the Ketu is occupying that fifth house and representing Jupiter is occupying, signifying 5 and 8 and 2. They are all supportive with mixed signification. And the two in the sign of Mercury, it is also this location, that Aries sign and the transport, that generally it is third sign, no? So it is supportive for transport also. And look at the 10th sublord. I'm talking about only the rulers of the 10th house. 10th cuspal sublord is moon, moon itself. So ninth lord. Ninth lord is for example, third house is, I mean, short duration journey, and it is also transport. Ninth house also a transport. It is a long distance transport. So that moon Karaga planet for transport also. Moon is ninth lord, posted in the Lagna, and moon is in the sign of Mars. That Mars is in the aspecting to the 10th house, and 8th lord, 11th lord, and moon in the star of Mercury itself. Mercury is the Karaga planet for transport also, I mean for the trading and business and communication. So the Mercury. So moon in the star of Mercury occupying 10th house, that is also good. 8th lord, 11th lord occupying 10th house. And that is also favorable for that combination of the business that native is doing that. So sun and Ketu and moon, these planets grouping Karagatva, and also they are connected planets Saturn and what do you call watery signs and Mercury, and they are all supportive for the type of profession also. So he is doing that. I mean, you can see 10th sublord is posted in the Scorpio sign. So Scorpio, and you can see 10th lord sun is in the watery sign, star lord Ketu in watery sign, and 10th sublord is moon is also in the watery sign. So that way they're all supportive for the business connected to the watery, I mean for the movement or watery, and that too here liquids, and here that Karaga planet also joining hands, that moon and Saturn, and they are all supportive for the oils also. So that is supportive for that. So anyway, these grouping of the Karagatva of the planets are supportive for the possible combination of the profession. So only by way of extended signification we can see the complete strength and weakness of these destiny planets. But overall, 10th Lord is supportive for the 1, 10, 11 grouping. All these grouping are fine. Along with that, as I said, 5th house and 8th house and 12th house are also joining in. 5, 8, 9, 12 also playing role. In the extended signification, if they are influencing the 10th ruler, then automatically it is going to cause some sort of struggles and instability and hurdles also in the business. So let us, that one will check the destiny and also the dasa periods. But overall, this is supportive for the type of profession despite some hurdles. So now let us, examine the self-signification of all planets and give the colors according to the strength and weakness. Let me take you to the EPS, and I have selected business all and self-significators, and let us give the colors. So we can see, overall, if you see, we can see that there are 5th house and 9th house are all strongly playing, because you can see 5 and 9 are along with the 12, they are all coming under the unfavorable. But you have to keep it in mind that though 5th house and 9th house are all coming under the unfavorable, 9th house for the transport can be considered as supportive also, but it cannot be completely unfavorable unless and otherwise this grouping 5th house, 8th house, 9th house, 12th house, if they are not giving the grouping, or 5 is connected to 8th house, 9 5 is connected to 12th house, 9 is connected to 12th house, or 9 is connected to 8th house. So without the 8th house and 12th house grouping, 5 and 9 are not going to be completely unfavorable. That you have to keep it in mind. That's what I like to share it here again, because you can see here it has got 5, here it has got 12 and 8. Okay, here it's got 9, 9, and you can see 9 and 12, 5, 8, 9, and 9, 5, 5 and 11 along with that 8. So you can see each planet are having, either 5 or 9 or 8 or 8 and 12 grouping, or 5 and 12 or 9 and 12 grouping. So when we are giving the colors also, just with the 5th house or 9th house, along with that favorability is present, so we need not give it as, we will not take it as an unfavorable. We can say it is supportive, right? Favorable also we can say, depending on the favorable grouping. And along with that, 5th house or 9th house, if 8th house or 12th house are all present, so only these grouping are present, then we can say it is weak. And if it is favorable also present, we can say it is a mixed one. You understand? So our only, what you call, 5th house or 9th house alone is present along with the strong favorable, we can say it is, as I said, favorable, supportive. We can give green color also. And according to the grouping of houses, we can plan. So let me explain. Then that will be useful. Now you can see Ketu. Ketu is fifth occupant. 216, that is Karma Trikon. It is good. Fifth occupant and 216, this is not bad. Fifth occupant, but moving towards 216 is good. It is because of the fifth house, we can see it has got weakness. That weakness can be further increased by the support planets, unfavorable planets, or through the next level planet. So because of this, we can say it can give light green also. But look at the second planet, Jupiter, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. This grouping is not good. It is having mixed signification. So because of that one, so we need not give that K2 is light green. Instead, we can give blue. It means it is favorable with some weakness, right? So Ketu is given favorable with the 8th house and 5th house are all connected, and 9th house also. Ketu, 7th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 7th house, and 4 and 8 cuspal sublords. 7, 7 are good. 12 also, it is supportive for the investment and for the business and all. But 4th also fine. But 8 sublords, it is indicating some obstacles. So 8 and 12 grouping is present. So we can give pink. 8 and 12 grouping is present. Because of that, we are saying that it is unfavorable obstacle causing houses are present. Because of the favorable grouping also there, we are giving it as a pink shades. Sun, 10th Lord occupying 9th house. 3, 7, 11. This is Kama Trikon. It is very good houses for business and also personal life. For all sort of events, it is good only in general. And second cuspal sublord. This is very good signification, though it is occupying 9th house. 9 moving towards by 3, 7, 11. So 10th house. 9th house is, we can say it is transport and long distance transport also supportive. 10 is moving towards. Suppose instead of 3, 7, 11, it has got 8,000, 12,000 is present, then it is going to be weak. Then it is good houses. So sun we can give light green. Because of the 9th house, I am giving 9. I mean light green, otherwise dark green. And the moon, ninth lord occupying Lagna and 10th cuspal sublord. This is also good. You can see 10 moving towards 9, supported by 3, 7, 11, supportive for transport, business, everything it is fine. Here 9 is moving towards 10. It is clearly indicating that the 10th ruler itself is supportive with the 9th house, supportive for the transport and the too long transport business. So moon is also green, right? No, only because only 9 present in sun and also moon. Mars. Mars planet is Lagna Lord, sixth Lord occupying seventh house. This is good only, but 4 and 8 cuspal star Lord. So eighth cuspal star Lord, it is indicating some obstacles definitely, but 1, 6, 7 it is favorable. But we have to keep it in mind when 6 is connecting to the eighth house, it is going to give some struggle to the Lagna. But still 1, 6, 7, 4, it is supportive with some weakness. So what we can do, either we can give light pink or I think we can give blue because some weakness are present. Rahu. 11th occupant, 12th cuspal star lord and 6, 9 and 12. 9 is fine, 6 also fine, but 6, 12 grouping is coming, 9, 12 is grouping. And second planet, Mercury, 8th lord, 11th lord occupying 10th house, 5, 11 cuspal star sublord. So this is also having mixed signification because of the 8th house and 5th house with favorable grouping. Here 9 and 12, 6 and 12. So, and CST also 12. So, Rahu has got 12 and 6, 9, 12. So Rahu definitely it is going to be mixed one. Jupiter 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. So second lord, fifth lord occupying seventh house, eighth close to eighth cusp, and ninth cuspal star lord. This is indicating definitely mixed signification. Further, it is supported by the Ketu with the 2, 16. It is favorable only, but 2, 5, 7, and 8. 5, 8, 9 grouping are present. So unfavorable grouping also there. So we have given the pink shade. Saturn. Third lord, fourth lord occupying ninth house, 1, 5 star lord and 1, 3, 7 cuspal sublord. If you look at this planet is third lord and fourth lord. Fourth house is we can say vehicle. Third lord is transport. That planet, Saturn planet is 3, 4 moving towards 9 supporting to the third house and 1 finding supporting to the ninth house again, but and also third house, but not good for the progress, but 137 is favorable. So it means it is favorable grouping are present because of this. 3 supported by 9 and it is good only, but because of the 1 fine, it is not good for the progress to the business. It is not detrimental also. What we can do, Saturn, we can give blue. We need not give the pink shade. It is not a mixed one. Of course, it has got 9, 1, 5. It is having some mixed one, but no 8 toes, no 12 toes, and favorable 3, 4, 1, 1, 3, 7. Favorable also present. So differentiate from the pink, I have given blue only. I mean, Mercury. 8th Lord, 11th Lord occupying 10th house, 5, 11 cuspal sublord. 8th Lord and 5th cuspal sublord, 11, 10, 11 are good only, but still 8th Lord and 5th cuspal sublord, it is indicating some obstacles are indicated and gain also present and it represents Rahu has got some weakness. So Mercury also we can give pink shades. Let us focus on the pink shade which are the planets are having pink. Venus we have given pink because of the 12 and 8 obstacle causing houses. There is no 5 and 9. So that we have to keep it in mind. And Rahu we have given 12, 6, 9, 12 and Mercury also representing. Jupiter 5, 8 and 9. Because of this grouping we have given pink. Mercury 8 and 5 representing Rahu. So Mercury, Jupiter, Rahu, and Venus are mixed key planets, whereas the blue color planet Saturn is having good with some weakness but not detrimental. And Mars also, it has got some weakness but not detrimental. Ketu also, it has got some weakness because of the fifth house, but it is not detrimental, it is favorable only. So on its own, it is not forming unfavorable grouping. So it has got the mean blue shade. So green color planet sun is good and moon is also good. So that way that blue planets also supportive only, but when compared to green, they have got some weakness. So we have given the blue. I think we're able to understand pink shade planets are having both favorable and also either 5 and 8, 5 and 9, or unfavorable grouping also present. In that, Jupiter only it has got some weakness more because of the second lord, fifth lord moving towards 7, 8, 9, no favorable grouping supporting, but only in support second planet Ketu has got the strength. Mercury planet, at least it is having some grouping, and Jupiter has got some weakness, and Rahu also having favorable with grouping, unfavorable grouping, and Venus is supportive but obstacles. So these pink shade planets are indicating some weakness that we have to keep it in mind. I think we're able to understand how when we are giving the colors according to the houses, each planets are giving. It is not just a matter of giving colors. This is the way of when we are studying each planet's self-signification by taking some time. It give a lot of practice and also understanding each planet's signification and differentiating within the other planets. It will be more useful in analyzing EPS tables. By way of their colors and along with their significations, right? Anyway, now let us check save colors. Check the dictionary after saving colors, and further we'll check the dasa periods. Now let us go back to the home page. Let me clear this one, and now let us check the destiny. Let me open the Control B. We know that there will be the colors of the support planets will be in the original KP shades. Let us go to house grouping and change the support planets into the EPS colors what we have given by way of clicking the ruler supports and come back home page. And now let me select Control B. So we could see the impact. Sorry, you can see all the planets are getting the same colors that we have given for the each planet under the EPS table. Now you can see one thing as already discussed in the previous videos also while doing the comparative study. You can see the planet, pink shade planet have got some weakness, right? You can see pink is Venus, Rahu, Mercury, not Mercury. Yes, Mercury also in this case, Jupiter and Mercury. These four planets are pink shades. And other planets which are having these pink shades, yes, each planet has got some pink shade also in support. So each planet are having the other unfavorable key planets or mixed key planets in their supports also, right? And strong favorable key planets, sun and moon only we have chosen, and blue color planets also next to sun and moon. So sun and moon are present for other planets. Yeah, only that Jupiter is not having that sun or moon, and Rahu also not having sun or moon. So Rahu and Jupiter are the planet on their own having some weakness and free from the green color planets. Favorable supports are not present. That also can keep it in mind. So now let us check the destiny. Destiny means 10th lord is sun and 10th cuspal sublord is moon, sun and moon. So these, fortunately, the favorable key planets is the ruler of the 10th house itself. Destiny planet itself, they're having green color. That is good, of course. And that other blue color planets also they that will I mean, because seventh cuspal sublord also important, third lord, and 137 cuspal sublord also one of the important planet for the own business. That is, blue has been given because of the 9 and 1, 5, but it is also almost equal to green only, right? That we have to keep it in mind. Anyway, depending on the next level planets of the Saturn only, whether that Saturn is 3 and 9, 1, 5 is further increased or decreased by the star level planet. Based on that only Saturn's favorable strength or unfavorable strength is going to be increased. On their own, Sun and Moon are having some comparatively better signification when compared to the other planets. Okay, now Sun, let us check. Let me close this one. Yeah, Sun planet. Sun planet, you can see Sun is having green color planet. Saturn, second planet is Saturn is, as we said, blue is good only. 2A level has got Saturn in the star of Mercury is pink shade. Saturn and in the star of Mercury 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 9, 3, 1, 3, 7 in the star of 8, 11, 10, 5, and 11. You can see 3, 4, 9, 11, 10. They're all favorable grouping the forming the grouping 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and of course 3 and all are favorable grouping also present. And along with that, this, as I said, no, these 3, 4, 9, 5, they're all getting the support of these 8. 5 and 11 is fine, five, I mean, fine only. But unfortunately, Mercury is getting the impact of the Rahu, also green color planet. This is indicating some weakness. 6 and 12. 6 and 9 is not a problem, but 6 and 12 and 9 grouping is got weakness. So this is indicating some weakness at the 12 level. Sub-level is Sun only. Sun is good. Star level planet has got supportive and 12 level has got some weakness, but sub-level again is good. So that way the 10th lord is fine only. And what about the 10th sublord planet? So let us check the sub-sublord of the Sun also, because it is ruling planet level and sub-level is Jupiter only. Sorry, Sun only. Let us check Sun sub-sublord. Sun sub-sublord is Saturn. Sun in the star of Saturn, sub-sublord also Saturn. So sub-sublord is Saturn is good. Just a minute. Let me move this. I think let me clear the colors markings. Yeah. Now Sun sub-sublord is also Saturn. So Saturn is also supportive. Though it is not having 2, 6, 10, 11, but is supportive. So the 2A level planet is only having God's weakness. And any other, ruler's link, we have to see that Sun has got Sun in the star of Saturn. Saturn has got Moon and Sun. So that is good. Saturn has got the Sun in its supports forming ruler link. It is good. And sublevel also Sun forming ruler link. It is good. So that way it is favorable only. Saturn also having Mercury in its support. So Saturn in the star of Mercury. So the Mercury is forming ruler link to the Saturn. It is supportive along with that weakness because Rahu also present. So Saturn's favorable and also unfavorable are supported by the 2A level planet. So the overall it is good only, but with some weakness at the effect level. Now, 10th cuspal sublord, destiny planet, moon, 10th cuspal sublord, ninth lord in the star of Mercury. So, ninth lord in the star of Mercury, 8, 11, 10, 5, and 11. So, this is supportive only, but this is indicating forming grouping. You can see when each self-significator can have either fifth house or ninth house or eighth house in their self-signification without forming any self-unfavorable grouping. But when they are ruling planet level, star level, combined level, when you study planet, star lord of the star lord, if they forming this grouping 5, 8, 9, and 12 also joining hands in their level wise grouping, they will also definitely combinedly will give significant impact. It is also applicable for the favorable grouping also. What I'm saying, one level, you can see moon is given green because it is only 9, but favorable grouping. Mercury is pink, yeah, because it has got 11, 10 and favorable 11 sublot, and 8 and 5 is got some weakness and further supported by the unfavorable grouping. It has got mixed significations. Now 9 will get the support of the unfavorable also, and 9 and Lagna and 10 will get the support of the 11 and 10, 5 and 11 for the transport business also. You understand? So when we are studying the combined level, we could see both, which is strongly present. Accordingly, the impact will be there. So moon in the star of Mercury is supportive with mixed signification. 2A level is Ketu. Moon in the star of Mercury and Mercury in the star of Ketu is blue planet. It is supportive with this again. And sublord is Saturn again blue. So 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 9. So this again is coming, and Saturn, the star of Mercury, has got the pink shade. In other words, what we can say, Mercury is green, star lord is Mercury plus and minus 2A level also. 2A level also, what do you call, mixed one, sorry, moderate one Ketu, but representing Jupiter has got some weakness. And again, sublord is also, it is got only mixed one, average one. This is actually mixed one, Mercury plus and minus. This is plus only. This is also plus with some weakness, again plus and minus. But this is the only green planet. So star level, 2A level, sub-level planet are having some mixed signification along with some moderate supports. Otherwise, it is not having strong, favorable key planet. Suppose blue is present at the star level or green is present at the star level and sub-level, then that is fine. But pink shade planets are ruling, that is indicating some weakness at the destiny itself. And moon in the star of Mercury, let us check the ruler's link. Moon has got Mercury in its supports. No, moon has got Saturn in its supports. Saturn is forming ruler link to the moon. And Mercury, moon has got Mercury. No, Mercury is not there. And that is fortunate. And Saturn has got Mercury in supports. Saturn has got Mercury. So Saturn is getting the influence, or Saturn passing the influence to the Mercury, supportive and also with some weakness, because this 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 1, 3, 7 will support to these 8, 11 and 10 and 5 and 11 for the transport business. And again, Saturn in the star of Mercury, so that Mercury is giving influence to the Saturn. That already we discussed when we studied the 10th Lord of planet. Saturn in the star of Mercury, this grouping has got some weakness, favorable along with some weakness, because especially because of the Rahu. Similarly, that Mercury, when it is coming at the star level, has got weakness because pink shade planet. So it means destiny is supportive for the type of profession, that is moon, but it is under the influence of the some significant or unfavorable or mixed key planet, that is Mercury, Rahu strongly playing. So strong unfavorable key planet or mixed key planet making the destiny is weak. What is that? Mercury and Rahu. Mercury and Rahu are the strong mixed key planet, giving some impact to the destiny. And that is what moon is indicating. Any other key planets are influencing the destiny planets other than by rulers. What are the other key planets? Obviously Venus, because Mercury, Rahu we have discussed. What about Jupiter? Jupiter rule, yes, 2A level planet Jupiter is present. That is also influencing. Other than that, Jupiter and also Venus is there. Whether Jupiter and Venus also playing role here, Moon has got Venus in supports. Mercury has got Jupiter. So that Saturn also, no, Saturn is not having Mercury. Sorry, Jupiter. So Moon is under the influence of the Venus, and Mercury in the under the influence of the Jupiter. Mercury also in the star of Ketu representing Jupiter. So what I'm trying to say that the destiny planet overall, if you see that favorable grouping are present, okay, good. And all levels that grouping are present, and unfavorable grouping are mixed K planet ruling directly that Mercury and Rahu. And of course, Rahu is a free planet influencing the Mercury strongly. And other than that, role of Jupiter also there at the second planet. Other than that, that Venus and Jupiter, they are all free planet. They are also forming as a further support to the moon and also star level Mercury by way of supports. Venus is there in supports and Jupiter also in support. So what happens? Mercury, the strong, unfavorable or mixed key planet, influencing the destiny planet, and also Rahu and Jupiter and Venus are also influencing, right? So Mercury, Rahu, and Jupiter and Venus, all these pink shade planets are influencing the destiny, but especially Mercury, Rahu are playing at the ruler, and they are not completely detrimental. They are supportive along with that weakness that we have to keep it in mind, right? So destiny is supportive of the business prospects, but along with that some struggles, we could see that. Now, what we are going to study, the native started his business in Venus Mahadasa in 1997. In the month of, say, July, August, he started his business of this lorry transport for the fuel. And in August 1997, during that period, Venus Mahadasa, Jupiter Bugdi, and Saturn Antra. Let us check that period. August 1997. August 1997. Venus Dasa, Jupiter Bugdi, July, August. Yes, Venus Antra. No. August. Saturn, 1997, August. So he started the business in 1997, Jupiter, Saturn. Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. What they are signifying, let us check that Venus. Venus is the planet, the Dasa Lord. Venus is having that pink shade, that is mixed key planet. Okay. Star level is blue, is fine. Sublevel also blue is fine. And it means what? Both the star level and sublevel planet are not ruled by the pink shade planets. 2 level moon is fine. And sublevel only has got that Mercury has got pink shade. It is supportive to the Saturn, right? Of course, some weakness are there, as already discussed, but star level, sub level are favorable, and 2 level. These three levels are favorable. And let us check Mars. Mars has got moon in support. So Mars is getting the support of the moon. That is good by forming ruler link. And Mars has got the Venus also in its supports because Mars is in the sign of Venus. So Venus also giving its impact to the Mars. So this mixed significations. And what about Saturn and Moon, or Saturn Mars are connected? Saturn Moon is connected. That's that way that Moon is giving some support to the Saturn. Of course, I already discussed Mercury is the star lord for the Saturn. Mercury is present in the support to the Saturn, so that Saturn is getting the impact through the ruler link from the Mercury also. So they all are connected to each other. Both they are having importantly star level, sub level, and 2 level are favorable. So they are all connected to each other. Along with that, that other unfavorable or mixed key planet also forming ruler link. So overall, it is good. So Venus Dasa. In Jupiter Bugdi, he started the business. In Jupiter, you can see Jupiter is mixed one. In the star of Mars, that is favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord is Mars, the blue color planet. Mars in the star of Moon, automatically it is good green color planet. And sub-level planet is Ketu. Ketu is another blue representing Jupiter itself. It is good. 2, 6, 10 cuspal star lord. This grouping is fine for the native to start the business. And star lord of the star sublord is Mercury. It has got some mixed signification. So here Bugdilad, Jupiter in the star and sub of, blue planet, and 12 level is Moon, and Moon and Mars are already they are in conjunction. So they are, sorry, Moon and Mars are there into ruler link, because Mars is having Moon in its supports, and because Moon in the sign of Mars only. So they are all well connected to each other. This is favorable. So the favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord is ruling here, and that way they are all well connected to the to do the business. There is supportive for the native to start the business during this period. In Jupiter Bugdi, in which yantra they started? Saturn, because Saturn is the one of the strong favorable key planet, but Saturn is not playing role here. So that's what I said in the theory also. If one important key planet, if it is not present in the Bugdi Lord, if to complete the chain, if it is there in the Antra Lord, and that will be supportive also, right? That planet, that should be there also. Saturn is the planet which is the important key planet of the Dasa Lord, making the Dasa Lord is supportive, and that Saturn is acting as the Antra, as a good key planet. 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 3, 7 is good only, but star level planet is Mercury, mixed significator, sub level Rahu also not so good. But if you look at the grouping 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 5, 11, 11, 12, so that they are all supportive for the type of profession. You see, to start the business, Venus is star level, sub level, or 2 level. These three levels are fine. Here, Jupiter also 3 levels are fine. So they are supportive. And when Dasa and Bugdi are favorable with less weakness, and when Antra should be having the key planets of the Bugdi Lord and also Dasa Lord, if it is then well and good, and it is completing the chain, definitely it is going to favorable for the event to happen. In the Bugdi Lord, which is the strong favorable key planet in both the Bugdi and Antra, not only Saturn and Mars, of course, these Mercury. Mercury planet is 8, 11, 10, and 5. These are also supportive, definitely. This is good for the business to start with, but with some weakness. So that Mercury planet itself is having grouping. That itself is acting as the star lord. Combining with the Saturn is good. Sublord is Rahu, has got some weakness, definitely. But star lord or the sublord is Mars, is another favorable key planet of the Bugdilad. But you can see that the role of Moon, important key planet, Moon present here, Moon is present here, and Mars, and it is there at the last level. The role of Moon is missing here. Let us check whether Moon and Sun are playing in supports. Saturn has got Moon and Sun. Yes, Saturn is having Moon and Sun in its supports. Mercury planet has got Sun in its supports. Yes, Mercury has got Sun. That's fine. And sublord Rahu. Rahu is not having that Saturn or, Moon or Sun in their support. So, Rahu has got some, weakness, favorable also, not under the influence of the green color planet. And Rahu has got Saturn in its support. Saturn is a blue planet. Saturn forming ruler linked to the Jupiter, it is giving its strength support to the sublord planet, which has got some weakness. So that way, Saturn Antra under the Jupiter Bugdi, it is supportive to start the business, because Saturn planet is 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 1, 3, 7 cuspal sublord, important planet, which is the sublord's, favorable key planet that is playing role as the Antra itself. That Antra in the star of a planet, if you look at the grouping 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, 1, 3, 7, and 11 and 10 and 5 and 11. And this is grouping at the 2 level also good and supported by 11, 6, 9, 11. If you look at the favorable grouping, you can see favorable grouping is going to be experienced by the third house matters or fourth house matters or seventh house matters. Third sublord Lagna is going to face all these things. So this is supportive for the native to start. Of course, this Saturn if you look at on the unfavorable side, being the Lagna Lord and third Lord in the star level 8, 5, 12, and again 8 and 9, 12. So this also, it is having some unfavorable grouping. Lagna is going to experience, or third house matters are going to experience at the star level, sub level, some hurdles, struggles also that Saturn is going to give. Since the Bugdi Lord is good and Saturn is going to support for the business. So it is the native started the business in Venus Dasa, Jupiter, Bugdi, and Saturn, right? Now, after August 1999, Venus Dasa. So let me clear this one. So Venus Dasa he started. Then comes the Sun Dasa, and then comes the Moon Dasa, right? So now we are going to compare that Venus Dasa, Sun Dasa, and Moon Dasa, which is, which is better. So Venus is already discussed, star level fine, sub level fine, and Venus has got some weakness, but Venus is comparatively having, strength at the star level and sub level, free from the pink shade planets, and green also present. So that started with the Jupiter, that is also good, only we discussed. And the Sun Dasa. Sun Dasa is green color planet, star level is blue and sub level also green, and already discussed 2A level also Saturn, star lord of the sub lord also Saturn is blue, and again sub lord also Saturn only we discussed when we discussed about the 10th lord. This is also favorable because of the absence of the role of the pink shades planets at the star level and sub level. This is good. What about Moon? Moon is green. So whenever we study the 10th, that role of the primary house, either favorable or unfavorable. Here, 10th Lord is experiencing this one. That is fine. Here, 10th sublord planet is experiencing the pink shade. This is the one already discussed on the destiny planet, 10th sublord planet. So 10th lord sun was fine. 10th sublord is moon. In the star of Mercury, it is pink shade, and sublord is Saturn is fine. But again, Mercury pink shade is coming. That pink shade planet forming ruler link to the Saturn that already we discussed, because it is forming ruler link with the with the Mercury. Saturn is having got Mercury in its supports, right? Star level Mercury is got both favorable and mixed signification. Moon has got Mercury, no, Moon has got Venus in its supports, and Saturn also. So Saturn is giving the support to the Moon, and Moon in having got the influence of the Venus, which has got the weakness. So in short, Moon planet has got two levels ruled by the pink shade, especially star level and the star lord of the sublord, and 2A level planet also that Jupiter is playing role. As the in the 2A level planet, it's the second planet. So, whereas here Venus is having two levels ruled by, but not at the star lord or sublord. Here, pink shade is playing role only at the 2A level planet, and good planets are ruling the other levels. That way, Moon, the destiny planet, is indicating some weakness. Already we discussed. So, Moon is going to, when the two destiny planet is acting as the Dasa Lord, that native will definitely will experience both favorable and struggle that what destiny is going to give to the native. So Venus Dasa, Moon, Sun Dasa was good for the native, and only in Moon Dasa he started facing issues. He started facing obstacles and hurdles also in the Moon Dasa. In the Moon Dasa, which planets are the unfavorable key planets? Those planets which are, ruling that important levels in the Bugdi Lord, that Bugdi only will give the trouble, right? In the Moon Dasa, which are the unfavorable key planet? Destiny planet itself, that is Mercury. That's already discussed. Mercury, Rahu are the strong unfavorable key planet. They are ruling the star level and 2A level and sub-level planet also under the influence of Mercury. Other than that, Venus and Jupiter as the 2A level, and Venus is giving the influence by way of supports we already discussed. Now, directly ruling that second level planet, star level planet is Mercury and Rahu. Check the planets within that moon dasa, which Bugdi, the native, would have started facing more struggle. In moon itself, he started facing, but he started facing such troubles in a significant way in one Bugdi. Which Bugdi? Let us check that. Mars star level moon, this grouping is good. 2 level has got some weakness. Sub level has got weakness. Definitely, the sublord only has got weakness. These two consequent level has got weakness, but planet and star level are favorable. That way it is fine, right? But still, the result has got some weakness. But it is not so much unfavorable because this is two grouping are good and last level also is fine. And Rahu, you can see this Rahu in the star of Mars, Mars in the star of Moon. And so star level planet here also not weak, here also not weak. So that way sub-level planet Rahu has come again, it has got some weakness. But it is not detrimental, we can say that. Jupiter planet in the star, you can see this is good only. It is not ruled by the pink shade planet, blue and green only, it is fine. So that way that Jupiter is indicating some weakness, but Jupiter also not supportive for any sort of such problem because star level, tail level are favorable only, right? So that way that during that Jupiter period also he did not face problem. But you can see that Jupiter is having that Mercury and Venus and Rahu in its supports. All the three planets are influencing the Jupiter. The Jupiter always, whenever business is being considered, if the role of Jupiter or role of Mercury are coming. Mercury means the planet for the business, right? And also loans. So we need to be very careful when Mercury is ruling. It can give more trouble also, provided it is connected to the 6 8 12 grouping. And whenever Jupiter is coming, if a Jupiter planet is it is supportive with the 6th house and 12th house, influenced by 12th house, then it can favor for expansion because Jupiter is a Karaka planet for expansion. So when Jupiter is there under the moon dasa, Jupiter Bugdi is running. Jupiter and the star of Mars 164, and they are all favorable. And Jupiter is influenced by the Mercury and Venus. So Venus is 12th lord. So that is supportive for the native for the expansion also. And Jupiter in the star of Mars, that is also under the influence of Venus. So that this is also under the influence of Venus. This is also under the influence of Venus and Mars in the star of moon, and Mars and moon are also connected, supportive also there. What about Ketu? Ketu representing Jupiter only, so automatically Venus influence is there. And Mercury at sub level, Mercury is not under the influence of Venus, but Mercury is under the influence of Rahu, supportive for this 8th house and 12th house. What I'm trying to say that Jupiter under the influence of the Venus. Venus is the planet which is free planet and also 12th lord. It is supportive for the investment and supportive houses are also present. The native expanded the business during that moon dasa Jupiter Bugdi, right? So when here you can see when the expansion is happening, we have to keep it in mind when the dasa already is already giving the signal of 8 12 6 12, you can see 8 6 12 are coming, definitely that the possible for more loans and dates also can increase, right? Obstacles to the flow of business or fund also can be studied. I mean, now Jupiter is supportive, it is increase the business. He started increasing the business. Expansion happened during the Jupiter Bugdi. When Saturn Bugdi started, look at the Saturn in the star of Mercury, sub of Rahu represent Mercury. These are the strong unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord's favorable key planet Moon is playing role here at the 2A levels, further supported by Mars, and as we already discussed, this is favorable for the expansion. It is, but when the Saturn started, in the star and sub of the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, the natives started facing struggles and troubles in the business, and also fund flow started facing the problem. So Saturn started giving the trouble to the Lagna also, third house also. That's what we are discussing. When the Saturn, see, remember, he started the business in the Saturn Antra only. In Venus Dasa, Jupiter booked the Saturn Andhra, he started the business. So he would have started the business in a slow manner. At Venus is not so bad. It is good. And Jupiter also good. Under the influence of Venus, he invested money and he started the business under the Saturn Antra. The Saturn being the Antra under the Jupiter, it is supportive. He started the business, so favorable grouping are strongly supporting. But when the Dasalad is itself is got weakness, when compared to Venus, you can see Dasalad moon in the star of Mercury and 12 level Jupiter is playing role and the last level also Mercury. So unfavorable key planets are playing role. Their role are importantly influencing the Dasalad. The same Saturn, when it is acting as the Buddhi Lord for the Dasa Lord Moon, that is giving trouble. You understand? So I mean, same way Jupiter in which Buddhi he started the business, the same Buddhi Jupiter under the moon, since it is having the favorable, but under the influence of the Mercury also, under the influence of the Venus also, it is supported for the native for the expansion of the business. But when Saturn has started, Saturn star level is weak, sub level is weak. It is indicating that native is going to face lot of struggles and hurdles because third house matters, fourth house matters, seventh house matters going to experience the Lagna also. Lagna started facing hurdles and struggles and instability in the progress, and business is not so much, progressive and a lot of hurdles and in the fun flow. And he started facing a lot of mental stress also because third house matters are going to act in the star of Mercury, that in which dasa, Sun Moon dasa, Saturn Buddhi. So mentally, a lot of stress happened, and during that Moon dasa, Saturn Buddhi started feeling the pain of the instability and hurdles. So I think you're able to understand how far the colors, if you start giving the colors correctly by proper understanding, we can see that the what do you call these planets, these three planets are good, this is also fine, and this is the issue, star level, and this one is not a it is giving trouble. So that pink shade planets, are playing role and also forming role link, it is weak. So that way, by proper understanding the self signification and their strength and weakness, and the role of the key planets which are supporting the dasa, and also unfavorable key planets are influencing the dasa, that is important. Please understand, when Venus dasa, I said Venus was good and Sun also good and Moon only into trouble. Why? Moon is having the issue. Under the Venus Dasa also, he would have run the Saturn Bukti. Under the Sun Bukti also, he would have run the Saturn Bukti. You can see Sun in the star of Saturn, Saturn itself in the star of Mercury. Again, Sun has come, it is favoring. So, Saturn during Saturn period, the native would have faced some issue, definitely, but not the same trouble what under Moon Dasa would have experienced, because Moon itself is getting the influence by the unfavorable or mixed Mercury and also Jupiter and again Mercury. So that when Dasa Lord is becoming weaker, Buddhi Lord also under the influence of the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord or mixed key planet of the Dasa Lord, or the key planet which are afflicting the Dasa Lord, that too destiny planet itself is getting afflicted. When they are ruling at the star level and sub level strongly, the two forming ruler link. So because Saturn has got Mercury and Rahu also. So all are influencing the Star Lord. So that way, Buddhi Lord, during that Saturn Buddhi, the native face the problem. I think we're able to understand. So such a study only will be more useful in understanding the impact or the importance of the self-signification study, and also impact of the destiny by the unfavorable key planets, and importantly, the pilt connection, how the Dasalar's favorable key planet or unfavorable key planets are influencing the Bhukti Lord. I think you're able to understand. We'll meet in the next example. Good luck.